Disney Plus has finally arrived. You know what that means? Way too much to watch.
And of course, the first thing that we would watch would be something Star Wars.
And that means we're going to review Chapter 1 of The Mandalorian. Hey everybody, welcome back to Eye to Eye, Disney Through Our Eyes. I'm Kyle.
And I'm Jessica.
And this is our first ever edition of something for Disney Plus. It's exciting.
I can't believe we're already here. It feels like we've been talking about this for a long time.
For like a year now, we've been mentioning it, talking about it, wishing for it, and it's finally here. We actually pulled it up on our TV. Hello, there it is. Everything you could ever wish for. I may or may not have broken into the Darkwing Duck intro song.
12 times.
Danced to it.
12 times.
Anyway, this is not about Darkwing Duck. Anything else on Disney Plus? We're going to be reviewing
The Mandalorian.
Chapter 1, as it's called. The very first episode of an 8-part season, I guess is what this is going to be called.
Okay.
So
just one season?
Supposedly, there's already a second season in the works.
Oh, yay.
Oh, look, you know they're not going to do just one season of a series they've been anticipating forever.
I don't know. I was hopeful.
What? You didn't like this?
I'm not... Spoilers?
I mean, what's just saying?
Let's not get into
You're over
it
here
yet.
like dreading the second season before we even get into the first episode. What does this mean?
I'm so confused already.
Well, this is the theme of this show. Kyle's trying to help you learn something. You're constantly confused. That's what this is about. Disney through my eyes is not through your eyes.
Okay, well.
So we have no clue how we're going to do these reviews. We're kind of just going off, by the seat of our pants here.
Maybe no clue. No. Let's go into this with confidence.
We have confidence.
We have full confidence that Jessica is completely lost and Kyle knows somewhat of what's going on.
I don't know as much as I thought I do. And that's why I like this first episode or chapter 1.
I think before we get started,
okay,
we should probably remind everybody that if you haven't watched The Mandalorian Chapter 1,
this is what she's here for.
Stop now, because we will have
spoilers! Stop it right here. Just go away. Go do something else. Go watch something else on Disney+.
There are so many things to watch. Go watch them. But
chances are you probably watched it if you're already here. So
in the interim.
But this is your warning. Stop now. So, first thing that you think about when you watched Chapter 1 of The Mandalorian.
So many things. So let's be honest. I have no idea what a Mandalorian is. I know they're from a planet, Mandalore?
Mandalore, you almost got it. Mandalore.
Okay, so I know that they're from that planet, and I know that bounty hunters.
So
I really, you don't understand. My brain hurts. This feels like school. And I understand that bounty hunters, they've got these hits on people, and they have to, kill people and bring them back, and it's they have a boss that pays them to kill people or bring back people alive because this was a special mission and they had to bring back this special thing.
You're kind of going into the vein of our movie reviews where you give our 60-second review. So here, let me give you a general synopsis of just his basic backstory.
General synopsis is Jessica's confused.
He's from Mandalore, as you said. They're a warrior race. They're not all bounty hunters, but they're warriors. And so a lot of them have become bounty hunters over the ages. So that's why you kind of see Jango Fett, Boba Fett associated with them. They wear the Mandalorian armor and all that kind of stuff. Okay? The Mandalorians are not all specifically bounty hunters. But he, the Mandalorian, because we don't know his name yet, has decided to join what's called a guild that's led by, I've got his name right here. It's Grief. It gives you so much grief. Grief Karga.
I thought that was a girl.
Not the guild leader, Grief Karga. That was
I thought that was the one with
Carl Weathers.
With the mask, with the eyes.
Nope. That was...
Here we go.
Grief Karga is the one that is leading their guild and giving out bounties. But that's all you need to know. He's a bounty hunter. He's part of a guild. It's a group of bounty hunters. And they, share all these little opportunities. Or share, I guess, because as we found out, here's your first spoiler. One of them's already dead. Another bounty hunter.
Who?
IG-11 is 11.
That thing died in the show, in this episode.
Yes.
Okay. See, I'm not as confused as I thought I was, but you're making me sound more confused.
He is a robot, so he's not technically dead. He's
and he helps. He helps the Mandalorian get to his mission.
Yep.
The mission was to rescue this thing, and he had this walkie-talkie thing that was beep, beep, beep. Maybe it's sonar. I don't know. Magnets.
All right, how about this? We've kind of jumped a little bit further here. What did you think about the look of the show?
Okay,
does it feel Star Wars?
10,000%.
Yeah,
feels very Star Wars. It did at first feel very Avatar-ish. So with that blue guy that they put in.
So one blue guy constitutes Avatar.
Well, that's my mind. Or Smurfs. But it's not like the Smurfs, so Avatar.
Basically, what I think she's trying to say here is she really likes the world that they're building there, especially the people that are making up the world. See, I can interpret my wife sometimes.
Thank you. 8 years marriage.
A lot of cool new creatures, like the one you were talking about, jumps out and tries to bring down the ship.
Yes, ship. That's the word I was looking for.
The spaceship.
Not spaceship.
That the Mandalorian was flying off in. I love all of the original alien creatures you've seen before. The guy that makes the little nose and that's the voice he makes or something like when he's calling up the ship.
What are those called? Bargs?
The blurgs. Now,
blurgs.
I think they are.
They're old, right? We've seen them
they
before.
Are. Well, I think they're part of a video game in Star Wars that you wouldn't know about. But anyway, I think that they have been around. Don't quote me on that. But blurgs, that was a really weird thing.
They look like a fish.
With legs.
Like a bass, maybe? With legs.
Yeah. They
ride like a bull.
They were really weird looking.
They were kind of freaky. Like when they ate him, like when they had his arm in their teeth, I was like, oh my God.
How are you again? One more time?
Oh.
That's how you were right here.
Because they had his arm and it makes me think about my arm being caught in a giant fish and that's just, oh my God. So back to the graphics and everything. It looked super real, and it did feel like Star Wars to me.
So I think
it was weird.
I think basically we use the characters to describe this. I think they did a good job of building the old Star Wars into a new Star Wars, if that makes sense.
Good job. You're so much better at this than I am.
Well, I try to think before I speak.
I'm just so confused. I can't help it.
Okay, so IG-88 when he's
yes.
No, IG-88, that's the original Assassin's Creed.
Well,
IG-11 is who he meets up with.
Is that Pew Pew guy?
Yes, the Pew Pew guy.
Okay.
Everybody's a Pew Pew guy in this one. There's so many sound effects from this one over here. This
I don't know their names. I don't know what's going on.
So
I'm just saying. So go ahead.
In all the promo pictures, IG-11 looks like he's going to be like a star with them, and then he gets shot by the Mandalorian at the end of this.
But is he really dead?
That's a great question.
Or do they bring him back to life in the future because it was his circuit or something? They shot him in the head, so all he needs is a new head because his wires are fine.
Sometimes you actually I think you play up the I don't know as much as I act like kind of thing. But today I can really say you really are confused with this. You have bounced around so much. I'm actually confused at this point.
I'm sorry. I don't know why I claim to be a Star Wars fan. Let's be honest. I like the idea of Star Wars. It's nostalgic. All of my favorite people on the planet like Star Wars. I have no idea what happens. Literally none.
How about this? Let's start bringing this back together to some questions maybe we had.
Oh, so many.
Some concrete questions about the story, the plot.
I've got a good one.
Okay, go ahead.
Who is the Mandalorian? We still don't know.
So, and here's the interesting thing I thought about in this. Now, I know that supposedly the actor that's playing him, not supposedly, I think the actor that is playing him has been revealed. But I almost thought they were going to do kind of a play on it and make him a lady, or make the Mandalorian a lady, and just have a really deep voice changer thing on there, and just kind of have I thought that would be an interesting twist.
That'd be kind of cool.
But I think you can tell, that it is the actual actor that we've seen playing the Mandalorian. But we still don't know the Mandalorian's name.
To be fair, is there somebody that if they said it was their name, you'd be like, oh yeah, I know that person?
I don't know. I guess it could be.
I wouldn't know them.
Do you want it to be someone that's already existed in the Star Wars universe like previously, or would you rather it be someone brand new?
To me, it wouldn't make any hoots of difference.
I want it to be brand new.
Okay. I just thought old Star Wars fans would want it to be somebody old and they're doing a story about him.
I think you could have connections to the old stories if he's I don't want him to necessarily be the son of Boba Fett or the brother-in-law.
Well, I didn't want him to be the son because we know the son, right?
No, that's Jango Fett.
Okay.
Oh, bless her so much right now.
We
don't know who the Mandalorian is, and that's going to be the big question. And as much as I want to know, I kind of want them to drag it out through the rest of the season.
Oh, I fully believe that they will. Right.
So
it'll probably be a cliffhanger at the end, where
he'll go, the helmet comes off. Or
and then he gets shot, and then we have to wait.
We've seen in the trailer where a lady like takes his helmet or starts taking his helmet off.
A lady?
Yes, a lady starts taking. Friend? Sure, a lady friend, whatever that means. But starts like taking his helmet off.
Special bounty hunter girl.
What is going on?
I want this to be a love story. I can follow love stories.
Anyway, I bet that might be the last shot there of somebody pulling his helmet off, and then they cut away from it, and that's how they kind of build towards the next. You know, they got to have a cliffhanger.
Well, of course. So let's talk about the end of this episode.
So,
because
what his bounty was? Is that what we're
correct? There were some things that I thought were interesting.
Okay.
But I was confused as crap, so you might not think it was interesting.
Okay.
What do you think of the actual, the hit, the person, the item, the thing that they were supposed to be locating?
So he was supposed to be locating what we found out was a person that was supposed to be 50 years old. That's the only thing we knew about it.
And it was a super secret mission.
Super secret mission.
That's not the words they used.
Two individuals from the guild were sent after it at the same time. So obviously this is high value if he didn't trust just one person.
But they told him to get it alive, right?
He said, get it alive. But there's a smaller fee for it to be brought back deceased or proof of decease.
Right.
And that's kind of morbid now that we know what it actually was. What it appears to be is a baby Yoda.
Right.
Or of his species. Now,
that's good. Yes, species.
It's 50 years old. And as they clearly said in the episode, things, grow and age differently across species.
It's not what they seem or
they just said that they age differently throughout species. So a 50-year-old baby may be commonplace if this is Yoda's species. I'm just saying. But
imagine. Oh my God. But as you pointed out, Yoda mentioned in the original series, he's 900 years old. So this is like an 18th of that?
Sure. So I don't know what that is, but I'm intrigued if this is actually a species of Yoda. Because I'm not actually sure what that is at this point. And is it actually technically still a baby? And if so, why is it so valuable?
Right. Is this like Yoda's grandchild?
See, that's what I'm thinking. Is it a lineage of Yoda? I don't know.
Or is it like they got the DNA from Yoda and cloned him and he's evil?
Anyway, that's a bit of a stretch, but those are some of the questions that we have coming out of this episode right here tonight. So I think we ramble around a lot. Jessica's obviously confused. Hopefully our review / just discussion of Chapter 1 of The Mandalorian made a little bit of sense to you. We would love to know from you some of the questions that you have about this episode in the comments section below. Let us know down there what you want to know, and we would love to hear from you. What else should they do?
If you haven't already, please be sure to like this video and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss one of our videos.
And that's all we have for you in this edition of Eye to Eye. But until we assemble again,
may the Force be with you.
You get so excited now.
Because it makes sense!
And we'll see you real soon.
Bye.
Did you just do it?
Like we're catching the blurs.
Oh no. This is going to be a bad one.
Yep, it is. Get ready.